All right. I think I'm here. The lineups are not correct, just for those of you guys looking at them. The lineups are still from the U.S. versus Puerto Rico game that just finished. So I will get these set up as quickly as possible. So I will get them set up. I've started the Venezuelan roster. Just give me a few moments. So Banuelos on the mound for Mexico. Again, they do not give me the lineups. I have to kind of snap a picture, translate it, and Palacios. All right. So leading things off for Venezuela will be Diego Castillo. So again, I will get things situated and going as I possibly can. As the first pitch is, I think, a ball. There is no K zone anywhere. I'm kind of just trying to see. It looked like a ball, but the umpire doesn't give me any calls, and that's in there for a strike. So I believe it's 1-1. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 6s. Palacios. All right. And the pitch low. Again, the score bugs, the production of this entire Premiere 12 is absolutely awful. It's disgustingly bad. The score still shows that it's 0-1, as that's in there for strike, and that's going to bring the counts full 3-2. The camera work is bad. The everything about it is bad. Honestly, it still says it's 0-1 on the score bug, and that's fouled away. Keeps it 3-2. So Palacios, Rodriguez. It is nice to see. The umpire just ran all the way out there to hand the ball to the pitcher. And as another foul ball keeps it still 3-2, as this is becoming quite the battle. And sorry, I will be a little bit more enthusiastic after I get everything situated and set up for these teams. So the lineup is correct for Venezuela right now. I just need to fix the difference. As the first finally strikeouts and one away. Oh, I will get the actual positions all fixed for you guys in just a sec. All right, first pitch, and that's outside. Ball one, 1-0. Perez. And the pitch in there for strike, 1-1. So I'm watching the Korean broadcast, and the Korean broadcast is like, "Oh, that's awesome!" But yeah, that was pitch number two. The show, the TrackMan shows that was pitch number two or number one. Is that one is way outside, 3-1. It's just really, really the production, the broadcast production is just absolutely high schoolish. Like it's not good at all. As that misses inside, and that's going to be 3-2. Again, the it says that it's a certain pitch, and it's not that pitch. All right, the 3-1 pitch, that's upstairs, and that's going to be a walk to Amarista. All right, first pitch is in there for a strike to Perez, Carlos Perez. And that gets away, and that's going to move him up to second base as he takes off on the wild pitch, and it's now 1-1 count and a runner on second. All right, it's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop way back in the grass, grabs, throws, but not in time. And that will go down as an infield single. And the first hits for Venezuela. Way, way, way deep in, way back on the grass. A good one or two steps into the grass. All right, that's going to bring up Reyes. Now the Venezuelan team has a opportunity here with runners on first and second with only one out. Again, the Mexican team is the lineup is not correct. I will get everything fixed and situated as I possibly can. I have not seen the Mexico lineup yet. All right, here's the pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. that's lifted. Right fielder going over. Gonna tag up at second and make his way to third. And that will be 2 away. All right, here we go. Runner on first and third. 2 down, and that's going to bring up a Flores. And he fouls that one away. 0-1. Ramon Flores. That's the whoa. The third base coach is not wearing a helmet. I didn't think that was legal anymore. And the 0-1 pitch. There are not runners on all the bases, as that one is outside. Ball 1, 1-1. All right, resets for the 1-1 pitch. And the third base coach is not wearing a helmet. I didn't think that was even allowed. As that one is low, 2-1. Amarista over at third base, Perez at first. Which Perez? Well, Carlos Perez. Maybe? Yes, Carlos. The Venezuelan lineup is very confusing. They only had two catchers, 4 infielders, and 3 outfielders on their entire roster up until at least the last nights whenever I was working on all of my numbers and everything. So there's a lot of stuff that I don't know about this Venezuelan team because they didn't have anybody on the roster. They literally had the bare minimum offensive players with 4 infielders, 3 outfielders, a catcher, and a DH. They had nothing on their roster besides that. So I'm guessing at some of the players that might possibly be playing. I have no idea, honestly. All right, that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman grabs it, throws to first, and that will end the threats. 3 down as we will go to the bottom of the first. I will attempt to get everything situated and figured out if they ever show me what the actual roster is for either of the teams. Make sure this works. Okay. Yes, they're not correct. They're going to be incorrect every single time. All right, we will see who is what the lineup is for Mexico. Again, I have all the players, but I don't have the lineup, so I have to put it in as I get it in the first inning as it pops up. I do not know who's pitching either for. All right. So hopefully I'll get a lineup here. You guys can listen to me snap a picture of it. No, I don't even know who's pitching. It is not Cruz. Venezuela does not have a Cruz on the team. It is Pinto, the former KBO star. All right, who do we got? Can we get a Mexico lineup, please? Can you show me who Mexico has? Ricardo Pinto in the Philly organization now. And that's in there for a strike. Juan Perez. As that is fouled straight back. 0-2. And a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Is again the score bugs for the actual game do not ever work in these broadcasts. They are just, it's really awful, honestly. All right, there we go. There's my lineup. All right. So Juan Perez. After Perez is going to be Alvarez. Andres Alvarez. And a swing and a miss there. This is such an I cannot believe how bad this broadcast is. It's literally says that the count is still 1, and it says it's now they finally caught it up. Alvarez. Andres Alvarez is a second. Third in the lineup. Is that's going to be chopped foul, keeps it at 1-2. And then third in the lineup is Jose Rojas. And then fourth in the lineup will be Chris Carter. As that misses outside, makes it 2-2. Again, I will be a little bit more entertaining once I get these lineups all installed in. And that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop scoops it, throws, and 2 away. Alvarez and Rojas. Carter. Ordonez. No. Morales. Morales. Then Evan. And first pitch misses, 1-0 count, and that's going to be popped up center fielder over. Left fielder decides to take it instead, and that's going to be 3 away. We'll go to the second inning. It is 0-0. All right. That gives me enough time to fix this. Ornelas. then is batting 6th. Evans. Then 7th. Then 8th. Oh, I'm so close to being able to. Wilson. And in the 9th spot, Trejo. All right, we've got our lineup. Now we just need to get our positions. So close. So close. Alvarez is playing second base. All right, top here, we are just about ready. And I'll put these up as I'm almost done. Alvarez Rojas is playing first base. And Carter is DHing. And here comes the pitch and misses low, 1-0. Fine. And that's misses low also, 2-0. Third base. Right field. And that's going to go deep, deep, and goodbye. And that will be Palacios with the leadoff home run. And just like that, it's 1-0, and I am also done with my lineups. There we go. All right. Rodriguez steps up. Jermaine Rodriguez. Again, there are a couple Rodriguez's everywhere. Elise. Eris Rodriguez. All right, the 1-1 pitch. And that misses inside, 2-1. All right, the 2-1 pitch. Again, there we go. As he sets up way outside, misses way outside, and that's going to be 3-1. In a walk, a single in the first inning, and then a home run here. And Mexico is not off to a good start with a 3-1 pitch here coming up to Rodriguez, and that's going to be ball 4 and another walk. Again, one walk and a single in the last inning, and now you've got another walk here after the home run. You've got to start wondering about Benuelos. Mexico doesn't have the pitching depth that Venezuela has. Venezuela has is considered one of the best pitching staffs in this tournament, and for at least this group in Group A. In Group B, you have obviously you have Japan that's going to have a ridiculously good, as that's misses inside, ball 1, 1-0. David Rodriguez steps in this time, the DH. All right, so the 1-0 pitch. And that's in there for a strike on the outside, 1-1. Even the backdrop line, like the backdrop screens are broken at this stadium. I know the U.S. won the rights to host, but for some reason Mexico is hosting, and I'm honestly I'm not entirely sure. Not that I don't think that Mexico is capable of hosting. It's just the cameras, just the quality. Like I'm watching a Korean stream right now because I live here in Korea, and the stream, the quality is just really low. All right, the 1-1 pitch, and that's right down the middle, 1-2. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And swing and a miss. All right, that's going to bring up Arcia. Francisco Arcia. And the swing and a miss at the top of the zone, 92 from the lefty to the lefty. And checks over on the runner. Easily back in time. All right, the 0-1 just misses. Now they're showing the TrackMan up on the zone, and that was a strike. And the 1-1 outside, 2-1. All right, so here comes the 2-1 pitch. And already into their number 9 batter is Venezuela. Mexico just not being able to get it done with the pitching, and that's going to be ball 3. Can you First inning, yeah, a walk and a single. Second inning here, a leadoff home run, then also a another walk, and you're quickly running into some issues with your starting pitching. And again, these teams are gonna to have, they have a lot of pitchers having to pitch in very short rest, a short amount of time, as that is in there for a strike and loads the counts up 3-2. Yeah, you have. I'm gonna say, oh, hey, my son. Yeah, yeah, you have these guys, that are they're gonna have to pitch quite often with this short amount of time. So running through your bullpen, where you're gonna have to pitch the next day, often a lot of times without even having a full 24 hours rest, as that hits them, and that's as Arcia shakes it off, but he says, "Don't even bother coming out. I'm good. I'm fine. Don't worry about me." Catchers obviously take a ton of abuse back there, so he's no big deal. Nah. They finally do get out there and check on him, but you've got runners on first and second with one outs now, and you're flipping the lineup back. Well, no jam doshi. All right, we've got a brand new count here again. Already one solo shots for Venezuela. You've got two a walk. You've got a hit by a pitch. Three base runners have been put on without a hit already for Venezuela, and that's in there for a strike. 85 on the gun. Castillo struck out in his first at bats. His only at bats, because well, it's the second inning, and he's already getting a second at bat. Gotta love when your leadoff batter is getting up every inning, because you know that means you're at least getting some base runners. And the 0-1 pops him up. The catcher looks at it, but it's out of play. And 0-2. Got a again lots and lots of room to run around. Keith McConkey is the Canadian. Ooh, you've got a over at second base. Hige Sung is you got the Korean over at second base. All right, the 0-2 pitch. And fouls that's one away. 0-2 still. I always wonder about these where you got these international crews, you've got guys from all different countries, but the rules aren't the same in every single country. Obviously, the KBO has different rules than the MLB, and they're playing by the WSB or WBSC rules for this. So these guys have got to kind of learn a second set of rules, but even though they've learned the second set of rules, they're forceful because they umpire these other leagues the whole time. So you have to wonder how many issues there'll be from that. Not to mention the communication is that's in the dirts and it's 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And that's ripped foul. stays 1-2. I need to adjust a little bit as that one is fouled away again, and he is just not able to get through and get through this inning, get through these batters as they just keep chopping it away. There is no pitch count on the screen, so I don't know exactly how many pitches. They do occasionally throw the TrackMan data up, but the TrackMan data is so off, so horrible. Like you'll be getting ready to watch pitch number 6, and it'll say, "Oh, pitch number 2." It just again, everything about these broadcasts has been absolutely. So right there, you got 5 pitches, but we've seen like 7. Is the 1-2? That's going to be a rip. The third baseman isn't able to grab it. It hits the corner, and that's going to be 1 run in for Venezuela. The shortstop is able to grab it. Another run comes in as it hits the runner, and he will be on second base with 2 more runs coming in for Venezuela as they take the 3-0 lead. And I'm going to have to say that's a single with 2 RBIs. Maybe give him an error. I don't know. So I'm not entirely sure how they're going to score it. Again, they don't really show much on these screens. All right. That's going to bring up Amarista. He walked in his first at-bat, and that's going to be a liner caught by the third baseman. Turns to throw back to second, but nobody covering, and that'll be 2 away. Oh my god, I'm going to have to listen to these horns all broadcast. And looks like we'll have a pitching change already as they come out to the mound. And that'll be it for him, as we will have our first pitching change already. I will be right back, so don't go too far. right. Well, we're supposed to be back, but the broadcast just shut down. I can't believe I pay for this crap. I can't believe I pay for this crap. So there's pitching change, but the stream, the broadcast that I'm paying for so that I can bring you guys this game is now just not doing anything. It's not showing up. It's just spinning around. It happens once or twice a game. This is not a illegal. I don't watch an illegal stream. I'm watching an actual legit stream. And yeah, I keep losing it. It is really, really flipping annoying. Maybe? No? Alright. Again, I don't know who the pitcher is. I don't know anything because in Korea we don't have the same options that everyone else has. The company that is allowing us to watch this is so apparently there was an out. I don't know how the outs happened. Oh, there we go. We get a. It's going to be a ground ball up. The shortstop grabs it as he gets too far off of the bag as a piss poor running as he goes out of the bag, out of the way. So that'll be a 4-5 ground out to end the inning for Venezuela. But they get two. And we'll go to the bottom of the seconds again. Sorry, I can't. There's nothing I can do, honestly. There's literally not a damn thing I can do. All right. Okay. I think we've fixed it for now. Again, I know those of you in the U.S. or Canada have the option of DAZN or what is the other one? I can't games game time, I think, or game something like that. But in Korea, we just don't have that option because the companies that's bought the rights, so they don't want anyone to be able to use those other options. And because of that, we are stuck with a very sketchy, crappy, as Pinto first pitch in there for some sort of pitch. I don't know. I'm going to say a ball. And that's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. So, Chris Carter steps in. The DH for Mexico, he holds off on that, and it's 1-2. Oh my lord. I would love to fly to Mexico and rip every single horn out of people's hands, as that's going to be another swing and a miss as Pinto gets another strikeout. That's going to bring up Ornelas, the left fielder, followed by Evans, Gaitan, Wilson and Trejo. And that misses 1-0. Julian Ornelas. Again, Mexico and Venezuela both was very, their roster, even on the WBSC rosters, were really, really bad. They didn't show who actually was on the team, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. They had pitchers registered as position players. They had position players registered as pitchers. Yeah, I mean, it's just a mess. This is so poorly ran, as that's going to be a ground ball, 5-3 putouts, and 2 away. All right, that's going to bring up Evans. Philip Evans. And that's was a strike. But the catcher flipped his hand outside, and that ended up not being called for a strike. Again, ABS system was definitely a strike, but because of the catcher, they don't get the call. All right, the 1-0 pitch, and that's popped up. A first baseman giving chase, but it's out of play. 1-1. All right, the 1-1 misses outside. 2-1. Pinto wanted that, but doesn't get it. And the 1-1 pitch, that's going to be a ground ball. Squibbles foul. And 2-2. All right, the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be lifted. That's going to go. But it's left fielder in front of the warning track. And that's 3 away. We'll go to the third inning. It's 3-0 Venezuela. One, two, three. Oh. One, two, three, and a 1-2-3. 6 up, 6 down for Mexico. Venezuela, on the other hand, have had 6 base runners. Same commercial. Over and over and over. And right, we should be. Nope, we gotta play this stupid Son Heung-min commercial once again. It is non-stop playing the same commercial over feel like Eeyore. All right. Again, we did have a pitching change. As Gomez, first pitch, that's going to be a liner to the third baseman. And one away quickly. I hear the Macarena in the background. Gomez is the pitcher on the mound. And in there for a strike. All right. And ooh, just misses outside. Ramon Flores, he grounded into a 5-3 putout in his first at-bats. And again, it just misses outside. So it's 2-1 counts, but the score bug on the screen, now it says 2-1. It said 0-2. And here we go, the 2-1 counts. Maybe. All right, here it goes. And that's a beautiful curveball in there. 79 down the middle. And it's 2-2. And fouled away. Left third baseman giving chase and is able to make the play. Again, these foul territories are absolutely massive. That was 5-6 rows deep easily in every stadium here in Korea. All right, Palacios steps in. He hit a solo shot to lead off the second inning. And looks at strike one right down the middle. And the 0-1 outside, 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch and in there for whoa ball. 2-1 apparently. That is a belt. He is wearing a very shiny, flashy rainbow belt, as that is a strike apparently. Is the last pitch I thought was not a strike, or I thought was a strike. It wasn't. This one I thought it wasn't a strike, but it was. And well, here we go. The 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, and fouls that away. Stays 2-2. All right, the 2-2 pitch, Gomez, and he sets up on the outside, and that's in the dirt. 3-2, runs the count full. Third full count of the day for the Venezuelan team. A strikeout and a hit by pitch on the first two. And here's the swing and a miss, and that is a 1-2-3. Goes Venezuela. We will head to the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 Venezuela. One, two, three inning is the first of its kind for Mexico. In Mexico is 1-2-3, 1-2-3 is Ricardo Pinto, the former SSG Lander. I guess maybe at that time he might have been a SK Wyvern, not a Lander. Alrighty, we should be just about back. Bottom of the third here, Venezuelan, all Venezuela, honestly. Nope, we gotta have our Son Min commercial. Every single commercial break has him before we get back to the game. All right, so we've got the bottom of the third inning here. Gayton will lead things off. So Pinto still out there. 2 strikeouts. Led off the first inning with a strikeout, led off the second inning with a strikeout, and we'll see what happens here in the third, as that's way outside, and it's 1-0. And there's the first hits for the Mexican team as they finally get themselves on base. There we go. All right. That's, ladies and gentlemen, ends Ricardo Pinto's perfect game, as he is still being elusive. Again, he had, I believe, a perfect game through 9 innings on opening day, but his team couldn't score. And here goes. And that's going to be a liner to the second baseman. He throws back to first, but not in time. Not a good throw back. But anyway, 1 out. All right, Mr. Trejo, Carlos Trejo, or sorry, Alan Trejo is stepping in. The shortstop for Mexico looks, at ball 1, I guess, is what they're going to call that. All right, 1-1 counts. And a swing and a miss there, as that goes outside, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. All right, it's a swing and a miss there, and that's going to be 2 away as his third strikeout of the day. All right, they flip the lineup back over. Juan Perez now steps in. He struck out in his first at bats, 0 for 1 on the day. The center fielder for Team Mexico, the host of this whole shindig. And that misses upstairs, 1-1. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch. Ricardo Pinto sets up on the outside. And that's going to be a ground ball right through the middle. And he's going to go first to third. And we've got ourselves a little bit of excitement here as Mexico now with 2 hits here in this first inning, leading off the inning with a single, and now with 2 outs, another single puts runners at the corners. And these teams really need to have a little bit of a sliding practice. All right, so that's gonna bring up Alvarez. He grounded into a 6-3 put out in his first at bats, and that misses outside, 1-0. Andres Alvarez. I love that they don't even have, like I said, there were so many problems with the earlier with the lineups for these two teams that a lot of these guys don't even have pictures. So at the bottom on the screen is like a little basically a baseball field with their flag, their team flag, and then above it should be a photo of them. But that's not how it works for these two teams, as that's a swing and a miss, 1-1 now. They basically have a bigger, same exact stadium playing field or whatever that takes the place of the player because they don't actually have anybody there. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be a chopper. Second baseman over to his side and gets it, throws, and 3 away. They get 2 hits, but that's it as they leave 2 on, and we'll go to the 4th inning. It's 3-0. Venezuela. Finally getting some guys on base, but not able to do anything with them, and yeah. We'll have the bottom of the lineup coming up for Venezuela, the 7-8-9, the Rodriguez, and Arcia. Hey, another Son Heung-min commercial. What's up? Did you ever find a place that has your rosters by chance? All right, Rodriguez will step up on the mound. Is Miranda as he will replace Gomez. Mexico already on their third pitcher. So out on the mound is Miranda, Luis Miranda. I don't know, man. Honestly, I have no idea. This is what I have to do is I actually had to take a picture during the broadcast, and that's how I'm getting the lineup. Yeah, I have zero idea where you can find the lineups. The closest thing I found was the home starting pitcher versus the first four lineups. Yeah, it's not honestly, I don't know if I really want to even broadcast these games because the quality and of like what I'm watching is like 720p, and it's just not very good. The score bug at the bottom is always wrong. There's no strike zone. When they do show the strike zone, it's never correct. It's just really, really, absolutely a awful production. All right, the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Or, well, looks like you got a piece of it, and that's going to make it 1-2. Yeah, even like trying to find a place to watch the game. They have the all they do is talk about these great partnerships that they have, but they don't work in most countries. So you couldn't I couldn't find out even where to watch the game until yesterday, as that's going to be lifted into left field and one away. And that pitch is outside, 1-0. Oh, the other Rodriguez, David Rodriguez, will step into bats now. He struck out in his first at bats. And that's a swing and a miss there, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch, and that's outside, 2-1. The umpire might have made the quickest throw ever back as it started to roll off a little bit. So the umpire quickly threw back, and even the catcher was like, "What? What?" All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch and runs inside, and it's 3-1. It just all right. The Mexican fans are looking on. And now looking at the camera, as that's going to be a slow, slow chopper. Third baseman grabs it bare hands and doesn't make it, as it pulled him off a little bit. So he tried to tag him, but that's going to go down as an infield single. And once again, they have another base runner. It was just such a slow chopper. Evans made a great play, bare hands at the throw, but the throw was just up the line a little bit too much, where Rojas wasn't able to either make the catch easily or being able to make the catch and then swipe back down the tag on Rodriguez, who was running up the line. So 1 out. You got a runner on first with that infield single, and that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Arcia. He was hit by a pitch in his first and only at bat. He's 0 for 1, but looks at a strike right there. And, okay, a little creepy is somebody just floated across the screen. But here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that's a big swing and a miss there, 0-2. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up on the outside just in case he runs, and that's way outside, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2, and that's going to be a slow chopper right back up the middle. That's going to make him run first to third, and they're going to have runners on the corner after back-to-back singles, and they are once again threatening as they already have a 3-0 lead so far, and they would love to add more to it. Again, Panama was up 5 back in the 3rd inning of their game and ended up losing 8-9 on a walk-off in the bottom of the 10th. No lead is safe in this tournament as these teams, without a doubt, the pitching is going to be a very big issue for most of these teams. And that's low. 1-0. They will not, again, you cannot have anybody that is on a current Major League roster. You have teams like Cuba that has Juan Moncada, who is a free agent, so he is allowed to be on the team. Team USA has Rich Hill, who is a free agent. So you do have some teams that have the guys that are on. You do have as they call time is it was a little hard tag from the Mexican player onto the Venezuelan player, and he kind of moved his hand down and it hit the ball away. But yeah, they're no real great pitchers. As that's Mrs. Low 2-0. You do have to think about obviously the better leagues like the KBO and the Japanese league. They do have some of those pitchers in this tournament, and obviously Japan is favored heavily to win the entire tournament because they do have such good pitching. And he is picked off at first, and he is saying, "Nope, I'm not out. I'm not leaving." As he slipped. Yeah, he is picked off over at first base. He made the break, but he slipped and tried to crawl back in time, but just wasn't quite able to get back. And now you've got a 2 outs with a 2-0 pitch, and that's low 3-0. So this is a turf infield. This is a turf infield. So he slipped right where the dirt and turf kind of meet, a little bit on the turf. So that's kind of why he slipped. You're stuck. Like, what kind of cleats do you wear? Do you wear infield cleats or metal cleats, or do you wear something for the turf, or or what, but there's the pitch at the bottom of the zone, makes it 3-2, runs the count full, and we've got a fourth full count today for Venezuela. This is the second time Castillo has, or Castillo. I couldn't remember if it was A or no. It is the second full count for Castillo, who struck out to lead off the game in a full count. And that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman with a great play, the throw, and that will be 3 down. They leave another base runner on as the pickoff ends up costing them at least 1 run, as we will go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-0 Venezuela. All right, so Mexico had plenty of time to regroup and rethink about what they were doing. Rojas will lead things off for the Mexican team on here in the bottom of the fourth. He's 0 for 1. It is nice, I guess, that as soon as I see the Son Heung-min, here it comes again. Yep. Son Heung-min commercial means, well, that means we've got about 15 seconds before the game comes back. All right, bottom of the fourth. I'm going to assume Pinto is still out there pitching. 3 strikeouts in 3 innings, 2 singles in his last inning led to runners on the corner, but he was able to get the 4-3 ground out to end the inning. Rojas steps in. It's going to be the 3-4-5 hitters. Rojas flew out to left in his first at bats back in the first inning and looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Carter then follows him, and Ornelas will be after him. All right, man, that's Mrs. Lowe. 1-1. And outside at 2-1. Again, Pinto played here in Korea for 2 years, I believe. Got injured, wasn't able to make his way back, but ended up signing a deal and is in the Phillies farm system. And a big swing and a miss there on the curveball. 83. He is working fast. So this year, 16 games, 6 starts, 4-1 on the season with a 5.27 ERA. But that's going to be swing. He tips it, but doesn't matter because the catcher catches it like the catcher should be catching. And that is 1 away, and out, strikeouts number 4 for Ricardo Pinto. All right, next up is Chris Carter as he looks at ball 1 low, 1-0. Christopher Carter Jr. And that's way outside at 2-0 as it bounces to the backstop, and they'll rethink their pitching. All right, the 2-0 pitch to Mr. Carter, and that's misses outside, and it's 3-0. 95 on the gun. I'd like to see what kind of baseball they're actually using, because again, every league has a different baseball. As that's runs inside, and that's going to be ball 4. 4 pitches, 4 balls. That's 1 base runner. Oh, Chris Carter on base for the first time. Struck out in his first at bats. Walked here, and now in the 4th inning with 1 out. All right, Ornelas 5-3 ground out in his first at bat back in the 2nd inning, and that's ball 5 outside. Julian Ornelas. Nails? Nalas? My Spanish sucks. All right. The 1-0 pitch, and that's ball 6. Side 8, we need a new ball, and the umpire just says, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to throw that in my bag. Because we're going to have a mound visit here. And they are booing the mound visit. They are booing the mound visit, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I've ever seen a mound visit get booed before. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Booing a mound visit. I love it. All right. So we've got ourselves a 2-0 count here. He's thrown 6 straight balls. Make that 7. You'll need the old Texas A&M fans yelling and screaming, counting the balls. All right, the 3-0 checks over on the runner, and it's still a 3-0 count. Chris Carter DHs, which means he's probably not exactly known for his speed. And that's catches the inside corner. Well done, sir. Well done. You've thrown a strike. And once again, the TrackMan system doesn't work, as that was the 4th pitch. It says that was the 3rd pitch. And the 3-1, that's outside, ball 4. And he's now walked 2 straight batters, and Mexico is going to have Evans come up to bat. He has been nothing but fantastic defensively. We'll see what happens here offensively. And we'll also see, do they have a mound visit coming up? All right. Evans, that's a big swing and a miss there. 94 on it. Venezuela's got guys warming up in the bullpen, looking like he's watching something from a CCTV. I honestly don't really know, as that's lifted into a center field, coming in, grabs it, and that will be 2 away. Everything depends on where you live. So depending on where you live, different companies have the rights to broadcast in those places. The number one place that I can say is I believe it's DAZN. They have the U.S. rights. They have the partnership with Premier 12. And in certain countries, it is free uh, to watch their games. Free outside of the U.S. as that is a swing and a miss as that goes in the dirt. So that's where I would start. And then there are some that are you can pay, but again, every country has their own setup. Again, I'm watching on a I pay per game. Like if I want to watch a game, I pay to watch that game. As the 0-1 is that's going to be a grounder. That's going to be trouble as the second baseman grabs it, throws to first in time as that was almost a big mistake by the second baseman. The second baseman hesitated, looking at going to third base for some reason whenever it was a force out with 2 outs at first base. But they decided he, at the last minute, decided to go to first. That was very, very close. We'll see what happens here. Again, the second it should not have been this close. Second baseman, for some reason, there's 2 outs. You can get the easy ground out to throw to first, but he hesitated. He looked towards third base, I guess, to see if the guy was going to round third and try to go home. But he had an easy throw to first base that would have ended the inning with 3 outs. I think he might be safe. And again, the quality of this broadcast, everything looks like it's 720p, like 720p and like 15 frames per second. Everything is super slow. It not you can't slow anything down. It's not good quality. We'll see what the final decision is. I think he's safe. Yeah, he is safe. And that is going to load the bases. Again, I thought he was safe. Chris Carter is a man of old fashion. He doesn't wear no sliding oven mitts. He's got no batting gloves on. When he runs, he says, I am all natural. And that's going to bring up Wilson. Wilson 0 for 1 on the day. He lined out to second base in his only at bats, and that was last inning. As Pinto is still out there, surprisingly. Have to imagine that this is his last base or his last batter, as that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman grabs it and steps on the bag, and that will end the threats. They leave the bases loaded. We'll go to the 5th inning. It is 3-0 Venezuela. I'll be right back. Alright, we should be coming back pretty soon. We have a new... Nope, Miranda's still out there for Team Mexico. We'll have Armoristas leading things off for Venezuela. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a line out to the third baseman in his last at-bat and walked in his first. And the first pitch is a ball. All right, the 1-0, and that's in there for a strike, though. That's 1-1 as he catches the bottom outside corner. A quick game as the 1-1 is low, and that's 2-1. For the game did start late. It was supposed to start at 11. The Puerto Rico versus U.S. game finished late, but I was still able to start this game at the beginning, so I don't know if that was intentional by the u.s.a. or not, but all right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. And runs inside. Ooh, catches him looking at the pitch on the inside corner. A little iffy, but we'll give it to him because the umpire said it was. And this low-quality broadcast that I am watching, you can't tell anything anyway. Did look up and in both. It was definitely a ball. The pitcher was even like, as Carlos Perez fouls that straight back. And runs that inside, and that is gonna hit him. He will make his way to first base in it's him on the right forearm, looks like. Still can't even see this. Quality is so bad. I wonder if it's the same quality, same awful quality for every single broadcast. Because the cameras, I have to imagine that they're the exact same cameras for each one. It's just what they throw up in the corner. So, all right. That's going to bring up Reyes, who looks at ball one. Reyes 0 for 2 on the day. He flew out to right in his first at bat and lined to the third baseman in his last. And Perez over there on the first after getting hits. As he lifts that one. First baseman gives chase, but that is a few rows back. And it's 1-1 now. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside and fouls that one away, 1-2. See if Pinto comes back out for Venezuela also, as he's probably reaching about the end for him. All right, the 1-2 pitch, and that's in the dirt, so it's 2-2 now. Little whispering again. Venezuelan base coaches don't wear a helmet, and it's crazy. Is Venezuela? It's like Venezuela forgot their batting helmets. Honestly, uh, as the 2-2, a swing and a miss as it tied him up there. Because Venezuela is wearing navy blue helmets, but there's no insignia or no logo or anything on the front of them. It's just a blue helmet and I think a red bill, but there's nothing besides the like a couple stickers on it for the different sponsors and the yeah the and like the maroon kind of, it's like a darker maroon. It doesn't match the flag at all. It doesn't match their uniforms at all. But yeah, they just look like they stopped at Dick's Sporting Goods to grab some helmets. As that one is upstairs, 1-1. It looks like they they definitely did not have uh, maybe the bag was lost or something, but they don't have the double ears that a lot of the other teams have. All right, the 1-1 pitch, and that's fouled away, and it's 1-2 now. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And that's misses low. 2-2. Tried to frame it, but wasn't getting it in. The umpire wasn't being fooled by that. Says got a couple guys warming up. Well, it looks like one guy, a big lefty, warming up, number 50 something. For Team Mexico, Jeff Ibarria, Edwin Fierro, or definitely not Fernando Salas. Fernando Salas, a former St. Louis Cardinal, former closer, and that is definitely not him. He looks like he could be a Jeff. All right, and that gets away, and that will run the counts full and move the runner over to seconds on the wild pitch. We've got ourselves another full count to Flores, who's 0 for 2 today. Would love to be able to get a hit here. Trying to read, on the fields they have the spray painted advertisements. I'm trying to read what it says as they've tried to erase it. And time is called. The umpire walks around to the stadium, has to get his 10,000 steps in for the day. And we'll resets again. It's a 3-2 counts. And he sticks the bat out. That's going to be trouble, as that's going to drop just inside. Third baseman is going to grab it, but that's going to score a run as Venezuela takes the 4-0 lead on the RBI single. And that wild pitch is worth a run. Yeah. Don't think he was making it. It might have been possible, but might have been a play at the plates. So we'll have himself might actually have a double there. I believe he does have a double. All right. Well, You've got a 4-0 lead now for Venezuela as that pitch is upstairs and it's 1-0 now. So 2 outs, full count, RBI double from Flores, and that's going to bring up Palacios, who solo shot in his first at bat and a strikeout in his second. It says, "Don't go. It's just in the dirt." All right, to the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be chopped foul, 2-1. All right, the 2-1 pitch, and that is a broken bat. That's going to be a fair ball to the third baseman. And in time, as what they were, the cameraman was, or camera woman was following the broken bats, but Evans was able to field it over at third base, dodge the broken bat that was where he was standing, and throw him out at first. But that'll be it for Venezuela in the top half. We'll go to the bottom half. It's all Venezuela, honestly. It is 100% Venezuela. Yeah. Mexico will, attempt to get a run. I feel like this is just a reenactment of the last game, the Puerto Rico versus U.S. game, where America had plenty of chances to score runs, but just never could get any sort of production once they had runners on base. The fact that they lost that game is pretty bad, honestly. All right, so we've got, sorry about that, the bottom of the fifth here. Leading off is Alan Trejo, the shortstop, who's 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out in his last at-bats, his only at-bats in the third inning, and that is in there for a strike. 1-1 now. Oh, he's saying that he... Oh, wow. Trejo is saying, "It hit me. Did you not hear it?" As Pinto is still out there. So the you can't see anything because the stream is so bad. The The video quality is so bad. And they're not going to give it to him. All right, to the 2-1, and that misses, and that's going to be 3-1. All right, to the 3-1, and that misses outside, and that's going to be a leadoff walk. I think they have to come and get Pinto at this time. Again, he walked 2 in the last inning and gave up a single, an infield single that ended up making it loaded the bases, was able to get a ground out, but they're not going to come and get him, surprisingly, as he has now walked 3 batters in the last 3 inning or 1+ inning, as that is way up high and another ball. Juan Perez leading or stepping into the box. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He struck outs in the first inning and then singled in his second inning. And Pinto checks over at first, and he's not able to get him as I thought Wilson was his last batter, or I thought Gatton was his last batter, and then Wilson was his last batter. But nope, as he throws over to first again, as they announce that there is no limit like there is in the MLB. You can just continuously throw over there all you want. And the 1-0 pitch is fakes the bunts, but it's in there for a strike on the outside. That's why watching the KBO, you got a runner on first, you're down 4 runs, no outs, runner on first, you should bunt, right? All right, the 1-1 pitch. That's misses again, and it's 2-1. And they're not missing by just like a little bit. They're missing bad. Like he's already taken the bat off of his shoulder and down. By the time the ball crosses the plate, they're so bad. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. And said he went around, and that's going to be 2-2. A pitch that was way down on the dirt. But they said he went. We'll check. Oh, yeah, definitely went. All right, the 2-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss. His 5th strikeout of the game is... So, 1 away now. Runner on first. He's just trying to get through the 5th inning and get himself in line for the victory. That's going to bring up Alvarez. Alvarez is 6-3 ground out and a 4-3 ground out, which means Pinto is looking for another ground out. All right, the 0-1 pitch checks over at first base, and he is safely in there. All right, so the 0-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss. The ball drops out of the bottom. 81 on that curveball, just drops. And a leadoff walk, and then nothing so far since then, as we've got an 0-2 count to Alvarez, and that's he goes. But that's going to be a stolen base. Didn't even get a throw from Arcia. Not a good pitch. It was in the dirt, so not he wasn't really going to be able to throw anything on it. So, all right, so the 1-2 pitch now. A single should score a run and get Mexico on the board, but the trick is to get the single, and that is way outside at 2-2. Yeah, filed away, stays 2-2. All right, Ricardo Pinto, former KBR legend, the first base coach for. Ooh, that was a pitch in the other batter's box, and he got rung up on it. And yeah, that's something that you don't want to see. And again, the MVP of the KBO this year was the robot umpires. That was on the other batter box's line. Wow. Cannot do anything with that at all as Rojas steps in, and that's in the dirt. A good solid block there. Fakes the throw back to second to back pick him, and all right. So Rojas. I was expecting a lot more action and excitement for these teams, as that's popped up. Left fielder under it, and that will be 3 away. That will end the fifth. Again, this is the rules. The fifth inning is the fifth inning stretch, so get your beverages, refill them just like you would the seventh inning stretch. I'll be back in just a few. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Tennessee, guaranteed, it's okay with me. I want it hot, deep fried, I'm on the Memphis side. Hot wings, hot thighs, all southern fried. It all sounds heavenly, this old-time recipe. It's fried chicken, it's finger licking, the time is ticking. So cook some southern food for me, a bucket just for me. This won't feed a family, it's all I want, all I need, just make hastily. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Tennessee, guaranteed, it's okay with me. I want it hot, deep fried, I'm on the Memphis side. Hot wings, hot thighs, all southern fried. It all sounds heavenly, this old-time recipe. Fried chicken, it's finger licking, the time is ticking. So cook some southern food for me, a bucket just for me. This won't feed a family, it's all I want, all I need, just make hastily. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Gimme fried chicken. Baby, it's all that I want to take me through the day. Gimme fried chicken. I want it bona fide, southern fried. Gimme Oh, that's fine. All right, we should be just about back. All right. So Venezuela will have Rodriguez, and Arcia. Slow. Normally, again, it's a 3 minutes break here in the KBO, and it seems like all right. Maybe we'll play some games. Maybe we'll play some baseball. I don't know why we need a. The players aren't even on the field right now. I'm literally watching the drone shot or the blimp shot or whatever the heck it is. Nobody's on the field. There's just like some like almost like a halftime show of people doing stunts. Okay, the players are finally on the field. All right, we finally got players back on the field. We're going to have some baseball. Finally, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So Miranda's still out there, and first pitch is, I think, in there for a strike. Nope, it's a ball. Again, I can never tell what is going on. So 0 for 1 on the day. He walked in his first at bats, flew out to left field in his second at bats. As Venezuela is cruising right now to their opening round win. A big loss from the U.S. to Puerto Rico, and Netherlands being able to come back against Panama and really changes things in this, you know, in this series, or you call it a series, but yeah, I mean, really changes things the way just the first day is played. As that's going to be a ground ball, shortstop grabs it, throws in time, and that will be one away. So I just think about you play each team one time, so you obviously do not want to lose at all. You can afford to lose one, maybe two games, but both of the games today were decided by one run. As uh, the Netherlands walked off, they ended up walking off Panama as Panama had the bases loaded in the 10th inning with nobody out, and they weren't able to score a run. As that misses way outside, and it's 1-0. Then Venezuela was down to or sorry, not Venezuela. The Netherlands were down to their very final out with their own bases loaded before they were able to finally get a little blue pit to complete the comeback. They were down 7-2 at one point. And then the U.S. Had base runners all day long, as that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle, and they'll have another hit, and then the center fielder misplays it, and that will go down as an error, a single and an error, as Rodriguez ends up with his second single of the day, but is on second base because of the error on the center fielder as it gets past him. Whoop. That is the first error on the day, I believe. Of the 3 games that I've watched, I've broadcast, I've streamed all 3 games, and that's the first one, I believe, is that's in there for a strike. 0-1 now to Arcia. Arcia hit by a pitch in his first at-bats and then singled but was picked off. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And chops that foul, and it's 0-2. Miranda already losing the name on the back of his uniform. The bottom of the M is starting to peel away. Quality uniforms everywhere. All right, the 0-2 pitch to Arcia. And fouls that away. I just want to do a little dancing with the Spanish Mexican music going off in the background of my ear. All right, the 0-2 swing and a miss. Nope, he got a piece of it apparently. All right, the 0-2 pitch coming up. Maybe runner on second base, 1 out. And fouls that one away. Going upstairs, going up high. All right, the 0-2 pitch. Nope. Gonna have time again. Miranda takes a little bit longer than a lot of these pitchers. And because of that, he's had a couple times now where he's been in a stretch and not paying attention, but the batter ends up calling time. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up on the inside and fouls that away. He is not being fooled as he keeps fouling them down each line, fouling them straight back as they've moved up and in and then down and away. We'll see what they do here. They moved in on that last pitch. Righty versus lefty. Will they go back up and not up outside? We'll see. Yep, they're going to go outside. He rolls over and fouls it away. Stays 0-2. They have not gone up and in yet with a fastball. We'll see if they try that now. Spins around to check on the runner at second. All right, here we go. Once again, the 0-2 pitch. They go upstairs, but he's able to get it and fouls it back. They went up and in like I was suggesting. It trailed a little bit into the middle of the plates. Might be why he got a piece of that. They have not thrown the same pitch twice in a row yet. They keep going up, down, up, down, up, down, or in, out, in, out. They have not gone the same exact twice in a row, and they're going to go way outside as he fouls that away. As this this at bat is still just 0-2, despite the fact that I think they've thrown 7 pitches now. And that's in the dirt. That's strange. All right, the 1-2 pitch, and that's going to be bounced off the glove of the catcher, and he's going to roll on over to third, and it's 2-2. All right, the 2-2 pitch, and that's going to be chopped. First baseman grabs it, comes home, not in time, and he is in there to get another run for Venezuela as the first baseman makes a great play and then comes home, automatically comes home, but it's not going to be in time as he beats it with a slide. Just a bad throw. Yeah, just not a good throw from Rojas to home plate. A good throw, and they've got him, but just not a good throw. He had to throw it. He had to get up, throw it up too much to be able to get around Arcia, and that means there's going to be a runner on first with 1 out still, and that's in there for strike at the bottom of the zone. And the 0-1, and that's going to be lifted right field, going off the wall, and it quickly gets it in, but he is going to be second and third with the double by Castillo, his second hit of the day. And they've got runners on second and third with just 1 out still, as Venezuela is looking to add even more. As Amarista will come up to bats with a chance to add to this Venezuelan 5-0 lead. All right, so we'll have a pitching change. And then my broadcast will just shut down. And I don't know exactly what is going on because it's once again stopped. Stream is so. There is a pitching change. I'm trying to get my stream back up. All right, game is finally back on. That's gonna be a swing and a miss there. So I'm still not sure who is the new pitcher, as it didn't show me anything. 54, which would be Max Castillo. And that's going to be a chopper, but foul, and it's 0-2. No, that's not right, because that is, so that's Jeff Ibarra. That I have my wrong countries. There we go. That's better. All right, the 0-2 counts, and that's misses outside. 1-2. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Runners on the second and third with just 1 out. Armarista up, and that's going to be slapped foul, and it stays 1-2. Amarista, Amarista, Rista, Rista. And the 1-2, and that's lifted, and that's going to score a run as the center fielder ranges back, and he will throw to third to try to get him at third, but he is going to move up, and that'll be another run as Venezuela takes the lead 6-0 on the sacrifice fly to center field by Amarista, the second baseman. And more importantly is they also moved the runner up to third. All right, that's going to bring up Perez, Carlos Perez, first baseman, and that runs in, and that's ball 1, way inside. All right, the 1-0 pitch, and that's way outside. 2-0. All right, the 2-0 pitch, and runs inside, and that's going to be 3-0. This is quickly running into some issues. He's come in and gave up the sacrifice fly, and then immediately after that, he's thrown 3 straight pitches that have all been nowhere near. As that's in there for a strike, and it's 3-1 now. All right, the 3-1, and that's going to be ripped. That's going to be find himself a gap, and that's going to hit right off the bottom of the wall. 1 run is in, and the throw is bad coming in, and that's going to put a runner on second base. And they are now up 7-0. 7-0. All right, so that's going to bring up Reyes. As this is quickly getting a bit out of hand. There is a... and that'll be it for him. We'll get another pitching change as... yeah. I feel like we just had a pitching change. And we did just have a pitching change. And we're going to have another pitching change. They were supposed to. But Venezuela has supposedly the best pitching in this whole tournament thing. Is what I have been told, I guess. What happened to the U.S. is a better question. They scored 0 runs. Looked like Hanwha leaving 73 base runners on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I thought Mexico was ranked number 2. But again, you have these, these guys that don't really, they're supposed to play, but they don't really play. Barria pitched okay. Panama ended up not winning, though. He was in line for the win whenever he left the game. All right. We got the ridiculously awful Son Seung-min commercial once again, which means we are about to come back. Kiwi, are you watching the games at all? All right. Fernando Salas. Yes. TV Prime. And that's Mrs. Upstairs. 1-0. What channel is it on? Is it the TV Prime? So Angel Reyes steps in. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Flew out to right field. I believe so. Yeah, I don't know if I have TV Prime or not. I just know that on Naver, on Naver, if you want to watch a game, it's 1,000 won. It's a chun won to watch. All right, the 1-0. Oh, there was a balk. That's what was taking so long. And now it's fouled back. So again, like this is what I keep talking about is the score bug shows 2-1 and a runner on second. There's a runner on third and it's a 1-1 count. Like the scoring it is just so awful. As that is lifted up into the air, left fielder at the warning track. And 3 away. But not before Venezuela adds to their lead. And yeah, it's a little out of hand at this point. And media playback failed, of course. This is Kiwi, this is like the worst, like so you pay 1,000 won, whichever game you want, but I keep having to restart it because the stream doesn't work half the time. Like everybody is complaining because everybody has to keep restarting the streams because the stream loses contact. And people, you have to pay for each game. So all these people are like you literally can't even watch the stuff because the Naver TV is so crappy. It's like the TVing whole escapade crap before. Yeah, I don't know if I have the TV channel or not. I tried to search a little bit, but I was going to. There's a sports time that has all of the games. You can pay $25 to have all of the games, but ended up not being available in Korea. So, all right, so we have a new pitcher for Venezuela as Pinto is finally done. So Pinto in line for the win. Former SK Wyvern Zaraga, Alfredo Zaraga is out on the mound. Alfredo Zaraga. So he is in the Tampa Bay Rays farm system. As stepping in is Mr. Chris Carter, swing and a miss there, makes it 1-1. So Alfredo Zaraga. Thank you, Mr. John Emmanuel Ramos Hernandez. That is a very long name, sir. Or ma'am. As that is a pop fly, first baseman under it, and 1 away. So Zaraga, AA and a AAA Tampa farm system, 46 games, 3.47 ERA, 57 innings, 76 strikeouts, 1.5 strikeouts per inning. is ridiculous as he hits 95 at the bottom of the zone there, but it's just a little low. So Ornelas, the left fielder for Mexico, as he swings there, or 1-1. 0 for 1 on the day, a 5-3 ground out in his first at bat back in the second, then a walked in his second at bat. And the 1-1 pitch, and fouled away, 1-2. And a swing and a miss there. And 2 away. Mexico looks pretty much defeated at this point. A slow walk off. All right. That's misses there. 2-0. All right, the 2-0, and that's fouled straight back. 2-1. Yeah, I know the Korean games are going to be on SPO TV, but I don't think SPO TV Prime is that's going to be a single back up the middle, and Mexico has got themselves a base runner with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th as Evans comes through with a single here. Has played solid defense at third, but when he has come up to bats with runners on, he has not hit well. All right, Gayton steps in. He's 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. And that misses way outside, 1-0. Yeah, I know the Korean games are supposed to be on regular TV. And here comes the 1-0, and that's up high, 2-0. But if it's not, then I know you can buy rights to the game. If you pay, I think the Korean games are 2,400 won or something like that, in order to stream those. As that 2-0 misses outside. Nope, got the corner, and that's 2-1. And I have no idea when and where the strike zone is going to be. All right, the 2-1 pitch, and fouled away, runs the count to 2-2. Runner on first is Evans, 2-2 counts. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. It has been nothing but Venezuela all game. And a swing and a miss as he strikes him out, leaves a runner on the bags. And we'll go to the 7th inning. It's 7-0 Venezuela. Well, no. You don't have to worry about that. The Korean games are in Taipei, so they're our time zone. And I think they actually start later. I think they start at 7 or 7:30. There is one game that is at 11 o'clock though. Yeah. And then the championship games will be on Sunday the 24th, I believe. So the two championship games, the second to last series, and the actual two championship games, those will both be on Saturday and Sunday. So, uh, yeah, the timing of the games isn't too bad. This morning was a little rough. I was a little hungry actually, as I was running around, didn't have enough time to really get food. That is not the correct. I am too, but the problem is at, you ready for this? At 4 o'clock, they're not open. As that's in there for a strike again. Fernando Salas still out there. They don't open till 8 a.m. Yeah, I would. That don't worry. I thought about it. There was one place that had like a kind of a breakfast, like actual breakfast food, as that's is outside 1-1. Uh, they had like a French toast and sausage and eggs and potatoes. I ordered it thinking, 30 minutes, but it took 45 minutes. So the U.S. Puerto Rico game had already started. So yeah, was not real happy. All right, again Flores up to bats here. He is 1 for 3 on the day with a RBI double in his last at bats, and that's gonna be trouble. Is that's gonna Nope, left fielder under it, and that's one away. Venezuela is wearing like 12 different colors between their helmets, their pants, their belts, their uh, batting gloves, their shoes, their socks. Just smorgasbord of whatever color you could possibly think of. As Palacio, Palacios steps in, he's 1 for 3, and that is going second home run of the day. Hey. Making me mad. Oh, now it starts. Hit it 3 times before it finally started. Could have done without that. All right. Well, with the solo shot, it's now 8-0, as that was his second home run of the day. As I was trying to say, he's 1 for 3 with a solo shot. But he was hitting home runs way too fast, as that misses upstairs, and it's 2-0. The Mexico fans probably be heading out of the stadium fairly quickly here, as already 8-0 in the top of the 7th. And the 2-0 catches the bottom of the zone, 2-1. Aries Rodriguez. All right, the 2-1 pitch, and that's going to be a liner. Center fielder grabs it, and 2 away. We will now go, 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 go. Let's hurry up and get this game over with, shall we? And it catches the outside corner, 0-1. So Rodriguez steps in. He is 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles and a strikeout. Struck out in his first at-bats, singled in his last 2 at-bats, and that's fouled straight back, 0-2. And a swing and a miss, and that'll end the top of the 7th. As we will go to the bottom of the 7th, it's Venezuela and more Venezuela, honestly. As, yeah. Venezuela, and after Venezuela, it's also Venezuela. They have more home runs than Mexico, and the U.S. have runs combined. Why does it feel like it feels like it's 9 p.m. or 10 p.m., but it's 2. Feels so strange being up all day. There we go. We got our standard old Son Heung-min advertisements, and that means it's almost time to come back. Wilson should lead things off for Mexico. It'll be Wilson and then Trejo. I believe we might have a new... Oh, I'm sure you live near one, right? Like nothing but meme music. Oh, Franco out on the mound. Is it the one by my house? Is probably, I bet that's probably the closest one. Oh, Anderson Franco out on the mound for Venezuela. And in there for a strike. 96 on the old gun. Anderson Franco. Played in the Taiwanese league for Fubon, as that's a swing and a miss there. 97 on the old gun there. Irving Wilson. 0 for 2 on the day. Lined out to the second baseman and grounded out. That seems really far. How close are you to Jungu-chung? As that's fouled away. Dale. All right, the 0-2 pitch. And a strikeout. Strikeout and a strikeout. Oh, I always see you walking. I figure, are you walking to the subway station or are you just walking home after the games? Like at the high school, you turn right, yeah? And a swing and a miss. 0-1. So Trejo 0 for 1 on the day, struck out in his first at bats, walked and stole a base in his second at bats, and that's going to be lifted right fielder at the wall. Goodbye. And Mexico's got a run, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you're far away. How long does it take you to walk home? That is fouled straight back. How long does it take you to walk home from the game? Like an hour? 45 minutes? I thought you lived right near me here. But it's all right. The 0-1 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss on the curveball that just drops out. The curve or a change? Can't quite tell. And that misses low 1 and 2. Ooh. Just misses outside. Juan Perez, 1 for 3 on the day, 2 strikeouts and a single. And that's going to be a strikeout, as that's in the dirt, tags him, and that's 2 away. Right in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. Grabs it, gets up, throws, and that'll be 3 away. As Alvarez almost gets it past the pitcher, but not quite. And we will go to the 8th inning. It's 8-1 now. 8-1 now, ladies and gentlemen. 8-1. These are the games I really don't enjoy broadcasting because there's not much excitement. Garcia will lead things off for Venezuela here in the top of the eighth. Mexico needs 7 runs before they get 6 outs. Waiting for my Son Heung-min commercial. Here it is. Nick, you know how you always have the, same 6 commercials for the, regular KBO games? Uh this one has the same commercial every single break. Every break. I'm not even joking when I say every break. It is the same commercial, and that's how I know we're about to come back. It is a Son Heung-min Spo TV commercial every single time that we're getting ready to come back. So I never have to turn it until it is, until that commercial comes on. So Jacob Thompson out on the mound. So Arcia, Castillo, and Armarista will come and bat here in the top of the eighth. And first pitch is a ball. So 1 for 2 on the day. He was hit by a pitch. He grounded into a fielder's choice and also a single, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. It's 2-1. And that's going to be a chopper. Second baseman grabs it, the throw in time, and not only that, Nick, you know how much I complain about the clappers from Lotte? The Mexico fans have those like metal tins that you spin around and they make like the clicking noise, and like almost like the squeeze bicycle bells, and they're right by the speakers or right by the microphones. As that's misses, and it's 1-1 now. So Diego Castilla, that's going to be a soft liner to the second baseman. Oh man, I was talking about those earlier. So I used to work with a lot of South Africans, and so I was working with them whenever that World Cup went on, as that is popped up, going and just foul. They made so many enemies that year because the opening day of the World Cup, it was a sports camp. We had bunks and cabins right on the lake, and it was like 4 in the morning or something. They all got up and were running up and down the bunks, and there's like 30 bunks full of people blowing those Vavulza things. Oh man, there there were so many people that just like grabbed him and broke him in half. It's like, don't ever do that again. As that one is lifted up into the air, right fielder over under it, and finally catches it, and that'll be the end of the top of the eighth. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth as Mexico looks to try to actually score some more runs. A 1-2-3 inning there. That is the second 1-2-3 inning. That's Mexico has had. Mexico, on the other hand, so the first two innings was 1-2-3, 1-2-3 when Mexico was batting. That was the second for Mexico as far as pitching and defense. As most of these teams, again, they have all been pretty big scoring, except for the Puerto Rico versus USA game. The USA Puerto Rico game was pretty boring, honestly. All right, what can we do? What can we do? All right, here's the Sung Min commercial. All right, well, we're back because we know that the old Son Heung-min commercial is going, which means it's time for some more baseball. All right, out on the mound is Mosquito. Mosquito? It doesn't all fit in there anyway. Mosquito is holding here. He is in the Yankees AAA system. As that's going to be a swing and a miss there. So Rojas leads things off. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Mexico. Rojas, Carter, and Ornelas. They have 0 hits between the 3 of them. And that's in the dirt, 1-1. So Rojas 0 for 3 with a fly out to left, a strikeout, and a fly out to left. Dun, 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 dun. And a swing and a miss there makes it a 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch, and struck out looking as he has some words for this umpire. That was a strike. He might have bumped into the umpire. But here we go, and that's crushed by Carter as they just turn and watch. As another solo shot from Mexico gives them 2 runs, ladies and gentlemen. 2 runs. Chris Carter puts on the old sombrero, and that again was just crushed. The pitcher didn't even look back. The pitcher did not even turn around to watch the ball. It hit off of the big pole in the outfield and bounced out of the stadium, as that's a swing and a miss there. It's 0-1. So Ornelas 0 for 2 on the day with a walk and strikeouts and a 5-3 groundouts. And a swing and a miss there, 0-2. Esquero, I think he was the one that gave up. Yeah, he gave up 8 home runs in 67 innings. Not as bad as Max Castillo, who gave up 12 home runs in 52 innings this year. All right, to the 0-2, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Nope, wrong button, stop. Okay, make sure I get everything up. All right, that's going to bring up Evans. He has had a pretty solid day on the defensive side. 1 for 3 on the offensive side with a single. And that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Philip Evans. Sounds very traditional. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss, 0-2 at the pitch that goes into the dirt. Warming up in the bullpen is somebody that I can't see because it's like watching CCTV. Such horrible quality. It looks like somebody, it's like watching somebody's CCTV camera that is like pointing to their outdoor pool at night. Mexico talking to the umpire. Not sure what he's talking to him about. Venezuela's coach is coming out to find out what's going on. I guess the counts. Maybe. All right. So, well, I have an 0-2 count. So the screen has an 0-2 count. So we'll see. And the 0-2 pitch, that's going to be a chopper to the third baseman. Grabs it, throws in time. And that will be the end of the 8th. We'll go to the 9th as Mexico gets 1 back. They only need 6 more. That's it. Only 6 more. Easy peasy. Easy, easy, peasy. We'll see who comes out for Mexico to pitch. We'll have a 3-4-5 hitters coming up for Venezuela: Perez, Reyes, and Flores. Papa John. Papa John. All right, so we're ready here. Carlos Perez will step in. He is. They say he's hitting. They say he's hitting 1,000, but that was a 4-5 ground out earlier, and they're gonna give him a hit, I guess, as he looks at the ball one. And that was really weird. These it just really sped up what we're watching. All right, to the 3-1, and that's going to be lifted. Left fielder coming in, sliding, and makes the catch. One away. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm a little tired, honestly. I'm not going to lie. As that's going to be first pitch to the 6-3 ground out, and that's 2 away. As Venezuela is just trying to get done with this game, I think. Venezuela has the early game tomorrow, as I believe they play Puerto Rico in the morning. So it's very, very possible that, yeah. They're like, let's get this game over with. We're up 6. We got to get 3 more outs. Let's speed things up here. As the first pitch is in there for a strike. Flores RBI double, and other than that, it's a 5-3 ground out, a pop up to the third baseman in foul territory, and a fly out to left, and that's outside. 1-1. Dun, 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 dun. And there's a ground ball right past the diving second baseman. And we are never going to end this game, as he ends up beating it out for a double instead of just a single. As it was slowly rolling and he was running out of the box, something you don't get to see very often in the KBO. As you must have time to bat flip, as it went off his foot, the pitcher's foot, apparently. That's why it slowed down so much that he was able to get 2. So off the ground ball, off the pitcher's back leg, went through his leg and past the diving second baseman, as that allowed it to round first and go for 2 there, as swing and fouls that one back. Is Palacios again, 2 home runs already today, as the umpire says, "Ball boy, you take too damn long," and he goes and grabs it himself. And then throws it in his bag so that he can get a new one. All right, here we go. Flores on seconds. Palacios at bats, as he lays off of that, and it's 1-1. Again, he already has 2 home runs. Home run to give Venezuela the 1-0 lead at the time. And then right now, he also has a home run to give them the 8-2 lead, as he has a chance to get the first and last RBI and run, as he swings and misses there, and it's 1-2. We are slowly finishing. All right, the 1-2 pitch to Palacios, and in the dirt, 2-2. Campo Azul. All right, and that's a strikeouts looking to end the top of the ninth. And we will go to the bottom of the ninth as Mexico is down to their final 3 outs. Ooh, we're going straight into the Song Min commercial? No way. I think I forgot my. We'll see who Venezuela brings out to finish this game. Will they stay with Mosquita, or will they bring in a different guy? Again, as far as closers, Arnaldo Hernandez has 18 saves on the season. Mosquito has 5 saves on the season for the Yankees AAA team. Anderson Franco, who already pitched, has 20 saves on the season. And then you also have Zaraga, who has 8 saves on the season. So those guys who have those saves have already come out, except for Hernandez. But do they want to bring them? And there's our Song Min commercial, which means it is about time for the bottom of the ninth. And Mexico's final shot at winning game 1. Oh. All right. Well, there's our answer. Hernandez coming out. Arnaldo Hernandez, 18 saves in the Mexican League and Venezuelan leagues this year. And first pitch is fouled away. He holds it way down here, way down by his waist instead of up high. As that's going to be a liner, and one hops into the wall, and that's going to be a leadoff double for Gayton with his 3rd hit of the day. 2 singles and a double now, and Mexico says, "We not going quietly today, ladies and gentlemen." As he can bounce in the warning track and then up into the yellow padding at the top of the wall. All right, next. Oh my God, my ears. And Wilson now steps in. It looks like the mascots for the Mexican team is making his way around, as that's in there for a strike. So Wilson 0 for 3 on. Oh no, we've got a pinch hitter. Is Logan Moore is now hitting again. Some of these had no stats because they weren't actually on the roster. He is one of them, one of the 4 or 5 that have been here. As that's a swing and a miss, but he is not going to go to third, and that's 1 and 2 now. All right, the 1-2 pitch, runner on seconds, pinch hitter, and that's way outside at 2 and 2. So Arnaldo Hernandez this season, or this year, I don't want to say season, he's played in multiple leagues. So Dos Laredos and La Guaria in the Venezuelan league, as that misses way outside, and that's going to run the counts full. 44 games, 4-3, 18 saves, a 3.29 ERA. In 41 innings, he's got 42 strikeouts, but he's got 17 walks and an ERA and a WHIP of 1.5. So, yay, sports teams, Thomas. Thomas teaches teams. How's that? As that's fouled away, keeps it at 3-2. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch, and that is lifted up into the air. How have you been? Whoa, and that drops on the ground, and that's gonna be an error. And good Lord. Where are you at now? Japan? Why? What are you doing in Japan? Well, I thought I saw you got married. I thought I saw that. All right, we've got runners on thy corners. And that's popped foul, slowly drifting, and foul. 0-1. You got, it's perfect. You can go sports team it up and the championships for the baseball here. So, Alan Trejo homered in his last at-bats. He's 1 for 2, struck out a walk, a stolen base, and a home run. And here comes the 0-1. And that's going to be a ground ball foul. 0-2. All right, the 0-2 pitch. And that's in the dirt, blocks it, but it's 1-2 now. Oh, I'm sure, man. They do that here. Like the amount of times that this is the third game I've broadcast today. The amount of times I've heard the Korean announcers talk about Ohtani when one, no major league players can play, and two, Japan isn't even playing in this group, as that is outside at 2-2. And so many commercials are about Ohtani. Like there's one that he's constantly on every other commercial break. It gets quite redundant, and yeah. I did go see him. I saw him play 2 games here in Korea back in March, though. All right, it's a 2-2 swing and a miss on a pitch way outside of the zone. All right, 1 down. Mexico down to their last 2 outs. They need they need 6 runs before they get 2 outs. Easy peasy, right? All right, Juan Perez steps in. He's 1 for 4 on the day, a single in his second at-bat. Other than that, he's got 3 strikeouts, as that's in the dirt. A fantastic block from Arcia. And just think about who was catching. All right, 1-0 pitch to the leadoff batter. Rocking back and forth, and a swing and a miss, 1-1. Thomas, do you talk to any of the old crew? All right, the 1-1, and that's fouled away. 1-2 now. Yeah, I knew he was in China because Pat is in China and Margarita's still in China, and Finn and his lady are still in China. All right, the 1-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. As 4 strikeouts. I wonder if this is loud. The leadoff batter for Team Mexico with the old golden sombrero of 4 strikeouts in 1 game. Do you think he will wear a golden sombrero in the dugouts? All right, Mexico down to their very final outs. And that's ball. All right, the 1-0 pitch, and outside, 2-0. Surprised Pat's not married to a Chinese girl yet. Or maybe he has been. Who knows with him? All right, to the 2-0, and that's popped foul, and it's 2-1 now. 2 strikes left, 1 out. Venezuela trying to hold on. Yeah, but I thought that was like a requirement. If you get in your 30s, you have to get married. And way outside, 3-1. And that's going to load the bases, ladies and gentlemen. The bases are loaded. Yeah, they're a little bit longer. They get in the way a lot. They're pretty heavy. But, you know, I still deal with it, I guess. Yeah, I have season tickets. So yeah, I still go to almost every home game. This season I didn't go to that many. I actually live like 2 or 3 blocks from the stadium now. So I could walk to the stadium if I really wanted to. I never do though. But no. Rojas steps in. He is 0 for 4 on the day, 2 strikeouts and 2 flyouts to left. As the bases are loaded now for Mexico, and that's in the dirts. It's very, very different. At least you know, our old work. They're only on They're only on the 3rd floor now. Like, there is no 5th floor. There is no 2nd floor. And then Dejan's the exact same. I mean, nothing has changed at all. Yeah, they opened a new branch as that is going to be a liner, and that's going to be down, and 1 run is in, and 2 runs are in as Mexico is going to do their best. As 2 runs here in the bottom of the 9th, and we've got a baseball game, I guess. Yeah, they opened a new branch that's like Cheongdam and April in Dawn. It's like a area that's up and coming and getting really busy, and apparently it's really busy there. And that'll be it for him, as we will. Well, yeah. They brought in the closer to not close it out, so we'll see. We'll get ourselves a pitching change here as Carter will come up. Who will they bring in? Who will they bring in? Who will they bring in? They can't bring in Sanchez. He's going to be a starter. Pinto started already. Max Castillo would be a starter. Nivaldo Rodriguez would be a starter. Who do they have left? Breto, maybe? Liarvis Breto? Anthony Vizcaya? Pedro Garcia? I would be heading with Anthony Vizcaya. 23 games for Atlanta in the AA and AAA. We'll see what happens, though. Very. Are you teaching everything? Are you teaching English? Or are you teaching a different language? And here comes our standard Son Heung-min commercial. Do you ever think about making, doing, teaching YouTube style? Not live like I am, but making videos and editing and all of that stuff. All right, we've got Chris Carter, and he greets the new pitcher with a warning track fly ball, and that will be it as he attempted it. But Venezuela is able to hold on, and they win 8-4. As yeah, that was way more game than I was expecting. Mexico did make it at least interesting. But apparently they didn't give Venezuela an error on that, but it definitely was an error. But Venezuela ends up winning big again. Their pitching staff is what everybody is talking about. At least their starting pitching. They did get good starting pitching from Ricardo Pinto. The bullpen gave up some runs late in the game there. But tomorrow, tomorrow will be Venezuela versus Panama early in the morning. So Venezuela has got to head home, head to the hotels, get some rest because they will have an early game tomorrow. I will be bringing you that game 4 a.m. Korean Standard Time. I will be streaming some baseball before I go teach the future of Korea. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thomas, thanks for stopping by, man. Hopefully, if you make it towards Korea, make it back here, then definitely I'm, same place. I'm not going anywhere. So, but thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow at 4 a.m. as long as I don't oversleep. Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, if you still have the email somewhere floating around or whatever, send me a message. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. for some Venezuela versus Panama. Until then.